Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 59, Nasdaq up 20, S&P's up 6.5, and of course we have our man, Mr. Chris Gaffney, the president of Everbank World Markets, who we always have on as soon as we get these Fed announcements. And as you come over to TFNN, folks, you're going to see the Everbank banner on the top and on the side. You can hit that banner. When you hit it, you're going to see what comes up. It's grab your passport and step into foreign currencies. What this is all about is that adding foreign currencies to your financial portfolio can be tricky, no doubt. Everbank has an account. It's a world currency access deposit account. And guess what? You can start this with as little as $100 a month, and you can trade. Well, you don't have to trade. You can choose from 19 different foreign currencies. And since we have King Dollar going to the moon, and the world thinks it's going to continue to go to the moon. Bottom line, you're going to Europe, you're going to South America, you have children that are going into college over in Europe. This is a great time to basically hedge your bets. Chris Gaffney, welcome back to TFNN.
Thank you very much. And vacations are on discount.
They're on discount.
Foreign vacations.
I'm telling you, it's hard to believe, Chris, but the bottom line is that, when you look at the dollar, people are saying, okay, we can get to 120 again. It's like, okay, we're really going to own the world. And, hey, maybe we do. But guess what, folks? Yeah. You can hedge this out. It's not even hedging it out. What I love about these accounts, Chris, is that if you have a trip to, let's say you want to go to Europe, you want to go to Italy, or this is a beautiful place, man. Well, guess what? You can do it, and this is a great way to save money, to get to that trip.
Yeah, and I think the key is diversification, and that's what we built these accounts for, is for people to get diversification into the foreign currencies. And what better way than dollar cost averaging? And that's, so we introduced just this year the ability for people to buy as little as $100 once or twice a month.
Okay.
It's automatically done, so you sign up for the program. And Tom, you know how emotional investing can be. You can, and typically your emotions work against you. When something runs up in price, you don't want to buy it. It's too expensive, and you want to wait for it to come back down. Or when it falls, you really don't want to sell. A lot of people want to double down, or emotions get in. Well, what dollar cost averaging does is it takes emotions out of that decision, and you invest a set amount on a regular basis, and in my opinion, it's the best way to establish a position in currencies or commodities or whatever you're doing, and take that timing out of the market. Take the emotion out, take the timing out. Yeah, it's cheap today. I mean, the dollars ran up, so if you're buying currency, it's cheaper today than it was yesterday. But who knows if it's going to be cheaper tomorrow? So,
no, there's no doubt. Now, let me ask you: can you? I'm sure. Well, I figure you can. Like, on each account, right? Let's say that someone wants to go to Italy, okay? They can open one basically with a euro, right? Then let's say that they want to go down to South America and they're going to open one. Let's say going to Colombia with a peso. Do you open two separate accounts, Chris? How does that work?
Yeah, each currency would be held in a separate currency account. So we have about 21 different currencies. Unfortunately, the peso is not one of them. The one Brazil is. You can go to Brazil.
Brazil, that works.
But Colombia, we haven't added that yet. But each currency would be a separate account. Each would be a separate program. So you would need to, if you wanted multiple currencies, you could do that.
Sure.
Now, you could also switch if your plans change and you wanted to move your euros into Australia. We could do that. We can convert it and switch them from euros right to Australian dollars. And again, the main reason for this, while it's neat to talk about travel and that's something everybody can relate to.
Yes.
I think the main thing is that diversification. It's a non-correlated asset class.
Right.
Currencies are not related to other classes, and so it's smart to add a position to foreign currencies to your portfolio. So
sure.
That's what we mainly like.
So the Mexican peso, we have the Mexican peso, yes?
You bet. You bet.
And so that's a huge one too. I mean, it's so close to us, number one, but there's plenty of people that, in fact, I know some Tigers, they were talking to us, they actually called and they were saying that the King Dollar is king down there, but they felt, and they're originally from Mexico and live in the United States right now, and they went down and bought a house. So that's a great way to basically diversify simultaneously. Sure. Like I was convinced yesterday that it was a great deal. And it just as you said, well, now it's a better deal.
Exactly, in Mexico especially, and we've done that. We've financed those. We've had people come buy foreign currency that are moving or buying a major purchase. We financed a gentleman was buying gliders from Germany, and so he bought euros from us to do that. So we've done a lot of those type of transactions. And again, with the dollar up where it is, what a great time to start. If you don't already own currencies, what a fantastic time to get started, because you're buying when prices are relatively cheap compared to where they've been.
Sure, and it seems that if we go back, folks, and whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you never could do something like this. Because I'm in the commodity market so much, I understand currencies a lot better now than I did in the past. But it's so cool understanding, every time that I hear people, turn around and say, okay, the dollar will continue to go up and our markets continue to go up. Well, I'm a technical trader, but I know fundamentally that can't happen because guess what? All the earnings, are so much from overseas. It's like, okay, that's going to hurt at one point.
Well, as you know, investors look forward, and they're looking past. So, while we thought a lot of this rate increase was baked into the dollar,
yes,
it was, and I think I still believe it was. What wasn't baked in was the next 3 rate increases, and so now all of a sudden investors have baked in those next 3. Well, you remember last year at this time, a similar occurrence happened where everybody thought we were going to get 4 rate increases
yes,
this year, and then as soon as they started backing away from that, the dollar sank. So, we could see the same thing. We could, go ahead and see 3 rate increases. We could see 4. If we see 4, you could see a little more dollar strength. But the key is on a longer-term basis, we haven't seen the dollar index at these levels since 2002.
Right.
So, it's been a long time since we've seen these levels on the dollar. And while, it certainly could get stronger, again, I think it's a good time and to get started if you haven't already started, or to increase your positions in foreign currency. You're in my opinion, you're not going to get burned in the long run making those investments at this time.
No, and it's so cool, folks. We're not talking about a trade. You're talking about a real financial plan. And guess what? You're planning it yourself. And Everbank makes it happen, okay, because they have these. So you're not paying the fees for a financial advisor. You are the advisor. Bottom line, you spread it out. You're the advisor. How cool is that, right?
Right, and another thing, these currency accounts are IRA eligible. I know
Huge.
That
Yep.
most of investors, that's where their investment, that's where their portfolio,
yes,
their main investment portfolio lies, is within that tax-deferred account. So yes, IRAs, you can do this in an IRA, and it's a great place because those are longer-term investments.
No doubt. Folks, their phone number is 855-750-4051. Just go to everbank.com/TFNN. Chris, have a great one, safe one. Thank you so much. Look forward to having you on again.
Happy holidays. We'll see you.
Have a great one. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.